right, everyone. Welcome to the first ever episode of The Rookies. So glad for everyone to be here. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
My name's David. I just graduated Marist High School. I'm going to Notre Dame next year. And I just started an internship along with you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my name's Sara. I go to Georgia College. I'm a rising junior. And yeah, I'm enjoying the internship so far. It's been great.
I'm Genae. I'm your host. I go to Syracuse, but that doesn't really matter. So anyway, this is our first ever episode of The Rookies. This year, we are calling it The Rookies. Last year, we called it Internalized. You can find this podcast anywhere you find your podcasts, either on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, I guess you would call it, YouTube, and our 680 The Fan, the app. Anyway, let's head right on into the first segment. So obviously, last night, the NBA game. Did you guys watch?
Of course.
Sarah?
Some snippets.
She dabbled.
Highlight reel.
Anyway, who did you guys have winning?
I just had the Thunder. I mean, you bring it back to OKC, and they just have it in the bag. They're such a fluent team, and the way they use all 14 of their guys every single game, it was in the books.
Absolutely. I definitely tuned in. I have a personal appreciation for the Thunder, I have to say. The Timberwolves really did not show out. I was like...
That game was over the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
It wasn't even
3
the end
minutes
of the quarter.
in. They were like up like 10. I was like, okay, that's enough.
The Thunder is a lot cooler name than the Timberwolves, in my opinion.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but OKC needs a rebrand, but we don't have to get into that. But anyway, the play was just awful. They were playing horribly. They did so bad. It was just, there wasn't a lot of team communication, I want to say. And even like the first 5 minutes, as you said, like the Thunder was up so much, and it was because there just wasn't any communication. They were missing their threes. They were missing their layups. It was just awful.
You go into an away team situation, and you're down 3-1. It's just a really tough spot to be in. And like you said, a lot of miscommunications. Ant-Man trying to put it on himself. Anthony Edwards, 19 points, very solid. Went 1 for 7 from 3. And that just can't happen in a season-ending game.
Exactly. Tonight is the Pacers-Knicks again. Who do we think is going to pull through?
I got to say the Pacers. I don't really like the Knicks.
Why don't you like the Knicks?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the name the Knicks, just like I don't like the name the Timberwolves.
So you're just not a fan of like the New York teams?
No, I don't like New York.
Okay. Sure. What about you?
I think the Knicks have it. Again, in a 3-1 situation, it comes down to home court advantage. Who has it? It's in MSG. It's in the Garden. Right. You have to give it to the Knicks if Tibbs puts his guys in right. We've seen him run 5-6-man rotations for the first half, and then the guys are worn out going into the fourth quarter, and your stars are just not ready to play a full 48 minutes. If you go in and have Tibbs put in Mitchell Robinson and Cat at the same time, you focus on the offensive glass, you try to get the team where their specialties are, which is rebounding, second chance points, and then you put in your players. We've seen a lot from Shamet. We've seen a lot from Delon Wright. Those role players really stepping up in this series, and if they want a chance, they got to utilize all 14 of their players.
Right. What do you guys think about the celebrities that have been showing up on the court? Do you think they take away, add to the viewing?
Isn't Timothy Chalamet showing up to these games?
Yes, he's been pulling up like every game.
Hot take, I really don't like Timothy Chalamet. I think he's...
Wait, tell us why.
I think he's kind of ugly.
Sure.
What about, have you seen any of his movies?
No. I've just seen him on my social medias, and
give him that.
I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, I've heard that he's a good actor.
He's literally been at every single game. Like, he was in Indiana the other day.
He was, and Pat McAfee let Indiana hear it.
Hello? He'd just be doing too much. And he, like, the last time I saw him at a game, there was like a meme. He was on the court with the refs. I was like, get off.
Oh, yeah, you see it all the time. I mean,
time.
this isn't a new thing. You see Spike Lee.
Past
10 years have been doing that on
Absolutely.
The court, just ready to get in the game himself, pretty much.
You know, you can appreciate the dedication of the celebrities, for sure. And they definitely get huge fandom influence out of that, so good for them. But I really want the Knicks to win just because I have family in New York, so, like, that's my thing. But I honestly think the Pacers might pull through tonight.
It's tough, but if the Knicks pull this one out, and especially if they win the Eastern Conference Finals, those fans will go nuts.
Well, the NBA is pulling for the Knicks to win. I mean, the viewings, the ratings are up because of the Knicks are in the series, so we'll see. Sarah, do you want to tell us about lacrosse?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this past Sunday, actually, I'm a women's lacrosse player myself, and so I'm a watcher of women's lacrosse. And the national championship was on Sunday, and it ended off the NCAA Division I tournament, and it was UNC and Northwestern, and we all kind of knew that UNC was going to win, coming off of a 20-4 win against Florida. But it It was actually pretty close. It was 8-12. You know, Chloe Humphrey was projected to be the MVP, and she was. She's a redshirt freshman, and she ended the season pretty good with her sister, Ashley Humphrey. She's a fifth year at UNC, and it was just really fun to watch. It was a little bit of a beatdown at the end. There was a few back-to-back goals, but, you know, it was still fun to watch.
That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, Cornell pulled through for the men. That I know. They beat Maryland 13-10. That was upsetting because Syracuse was in the Final Four, but it's whatever.
I mean, that was a great game. Lacrosse, especially in college, has caught a lot of traction over the past couple of years. And like hockey, you don't really see it a lot in media until it gets to playoffs. But when it comes playoff time, it's absolutely electric. And Cornell got their 4th championship in school history. They had a huge performance from C.J. Kurse and Ryan Goldstein, combining for 10 goals. And Kurse, 82nd and final goal to end off the game, set the single-season mark, which is tied by 2 other guys, Yale's John Reese and UAlbany's Miles Thompson, for the all-time record. So, pretty impressive.
Good for him. Yeah, that was a tough watch for me. But
what was the score to that game?
13-10.
13-10.
Oh, so it's pretty close.
And they had a huge game in the semis against Penn State, 11-9.
I did watch that game.
That was a really good one.
I did.
Yeah, and Maryland beat Syracuse, I think, 14-8. I think so. Yeah, those teams have definitely come a long way for sure. Speaking of, our next segment will be coming up soon. We're going to be doing some trivia with David, so be on the lookout for that. And welcome back to your new favorite podcast, The Rookies. I'm your host, Genae Horst, and I'm here with...
David.
And Sara.
And Sara has something she really wants to say for the audience.
Genae, I just really wanted to apologize to you and your family that live in New York, in Queens. I actually do really love New York. I just really don't like New York teams. I love their food. Love it so much. I'm going there for my 21st birthday. And
so just to clarify, just for the food.
Just for the food.
What if the food?
And nobody talks to her when she gets there.
What's gonna happen if the food's subpar? It's just bad 21st birthday.
It's not gonna be subpar. I know where to go.
It's a lot riding on
this.
She
knows where to go.
Can we be positive? Positive mindset is the best thing that you can do.
So what's like a go-to?
So
you said you know the place.
This place called Scalinatello. It's a little Italian place. One time I saw
go-to order.
The truffle risotto. If anyone wanted to know,
what would you rate it?
$250 for a half order of it.
A what?
$250 for truffle risotto.
And you paid that?
No.
So
my mom did.
Right.
Okay.
One time I saw Sandra Bullock picking off the bar garments there, like like the olives and like the.
That's incredible. I love her.
The lemons.
It's claim to fame.
The Proposal. Incredible movie.
I love that movie. It's a good movie.
Absolutely. So yeah, Sara just wanted to apologize to our viewers because she doesn't actually
Thank you for that,
New York. Yeah.
I heart New York.
Have you ever gotten one of those t-shirts?
No.
Okay. Anyway, as you can see behind me, we have a very special segment coming up. We're doing trivia. Old trivia for the NBA with our very own David Owens. So let's get right into it. Sara and I are going to ask him questions. And
pressure's on.
He's going to fail. So, just kidding. We have so much hope in him. Anyway, question number 1. Which player holds the record for most points scored in a single playoff game?
Most points scored in a single playoff game. That's a good one.
Well, yeah.
I feel like Michael Jordan had a 50-point game somewhere in the playoffs during his run. Is that somewhere close?
That is correct.
Actually?
It was Michael Jordan.
That's good.
But he scored 63 points.
60, okay.
Against the Celtics.
Great job, David.
Thank you.
Anyway,
1 for 1.
Sara, next question.
All right, question number 2. George Gervin's most points scored in a quarter record was broken in 2015 by this player, who still holds the record today.
Can I get a team on that, or who he played for?
No.
Okay. George Gervin in this single quarter.
I can give you the first letter of his name.
Sure.
K.
Kyle Korver?
No. You can try again, though. Do you want second letter?
One more, yeah.
L.
K-L?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's his last name?
First.
How am I blanking on this?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm going to pass that one.
Okay, Klay Thompson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shoot.
Okay, next question. Which NBA coach has the most career wins?
It's got to be Pop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
How many wins do you think? What's the number?
It's in like the 800 or 900s, maybe?
A little bit higher than that.
A little bit higher. Let's give it like 1100.
Okay, close.
Okay.
It was 1388.
Okay, yeah. I'll take that.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, next question. Which NBA team has made the most franchise appearances in the finals without going home with the title?
Out going home with the title. So who doesn't have a title? Do the Jazz? I don't think the Jazz. It wouldn't be the Thunder. It would be. This is a good one.
Yeah.
So they haven't won a title just yet.
No.
No. Okay. So it wouldn't be the Nuggets
But they've made the most appearances.
Most appearances. Ooh. What about like the Suns?
Yes.
Actually,
that's correct.
Yes.
W.
There we go.
Good job.
Who is the youngest player to win an NBA Finals MVP?
Jerry West wasn't that young when he won it.
He was our age. Or my age.
The guy that we're talking about?
Yeah.
It's got to be someone that came in like really early on a championship-winning team. So Steph would be too old. Would it be? Oh yeah, Steph just won it now. Would it be Magic Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct. Fabulous.
Good job.
Sweet.
All right.
That was really good, actually.
Thank you.
Next question.
All right.
Which NBA team was the first to win 70 games in a season?
I think it's just the Celtics because they had so many like great seasons in the start. Now,
No.
like another try.
No.
That was
First
wrong.
team. Well, the Warriors had the best, and they had 72, I think. But that wasn't the first, was it?
No.
The Bulls.
Yes.
The Bulls. Okay.
Third time's the charm.
Great. Love it.
Okay, last question.
All right.
Who has the most accumulated fines in the 2023-2024 season?
Anthony Edwards.
With how much?
300,000.
Like a little bit
A
more.
little bit more. 350.
A little bit more.
400.
Yes.
Awesome.
Correct. Yay.
Yep.
Okay, good job, trivia.
Good job,
He might
Dave.
tie
Hey.
that this year. He's gotten a good bit of fun.
Oh.
He's
He's just insane.
making his name.
And
I
they
love
call
it.
him the face? Okay.
Yep.
No, thank you. Anyway, when
I
we
really
return
like
for our
Anthony
last...
Edwards. You guys know where he played college basketball?
We're at.
Georgia.
Well, yeah.
And you don't
And
like
you don't
him?
like him?
I said I really like him.
Oh.
Thanks for putting that
Why
in
do you
there.
really like him? Just
Because he played at Georgia.
That's it?
Yeah.
He's not that good of a person. So.
All right. Well, I really like him because he played at Georgia. I'm a big
so you
Georgia
have a
fan.
big Georgia thing.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love that. Tell me more.
Have you guys ever heard of J.J. Frazier? Oh,
Name's
Yeah.
Buzz Ryan.
Yeah.
I really liked watching him when I was younger.
Play what?
He's basketball.
Okay.
He's
So what's your preferred sport?
football?
Okay. Gotcha.
College football.
Solid.
Not really NFL.
Just
Why?
stops at the collision
Well,
line.
I like doing fantasy. Like I joined my dad's league for fantasy.
Did you win?
No, that's about that's fine.
My dad won this year, which he never wins.
Okay.
So I'm glad
Dubs.
he won. But
Congratulations.
my best place has been second place out of
It's
the
not
4
bad.
years that I've
Oh,
played.
runner up.
I know.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Did you have to like do something because you lost?
No, because it's my dad's league, so it's a bunch of his friends. I got money.
Absolutely.
What would you think of a college fantasy football?
I would totally do that.
Really?
and
With
I
all the
would
teams
win.
and everything?
I
You would win.
I would win.
So you like if there's like a college football game on, like any team, are you watching it?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Good for you.
That's how I spend
So
my
just all of
Saturdays.
Saturday?
any-
Just-
That is
Oh.
that is how I
Saturdays are
spend my
taken off?
Saturdays. I start with college game day, and then I play the new game, and then whenever Georgia comes on, I watch Georgia,
Fair.
and then I like the primetime games. So those are my favorites.
Mm.
Those
Do you
are-
do like the dual screen, like as many?
Right.
Yeah, we
Games
have. We
possible.
You have just
usually,
like every single device you have, just like with a game.
we usually have. Yeah, we have our outside TV, and then we have our TV in the living room, and then we have our TV in the kitchen, and they're all playing different games.
So if
Nice.
anyone
It's a
you
Georgia
want to
game.
rob Sarah's house, you know which TVs to go.
She'll be defending it on Saturdays.
Anyway, for our third segment, we'll be returning. We're returning for our pick'em of the week and what's coming next week. Keep watching and stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to our final segment of the Rookies. We're so glad you stayed this long. To close out this episode, all three of us have chosen a game where we do a pick'em segment, and we're going to choose which people, or which team, I guess, are going to come out on top. Sarah is going to go first.
Okay, so I don't have really a specific game, but I do have the Athens Super Regional that's going on starting this weekend. I got Georgia on top, just because that
Shocker.
Georgia baseball on top. I'm a huge Georgia fan, so that's part of why I'm seeing Georgia on top. But also home field advantage. You know, they're coming off a pretty good streak this season, so that's who I got.
Awesome. Okay, I'll go next. Obviously, we're here at 680, so I feel like I have to choose the Braves game. I think they're playing the Red Sox twice,
Yeah,
right?
3 times.
3.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Guys, I'm learning. So I think they're going to lose 1 game. No, I think they're going to lose 2 games. I think they're going to lose Friday and Saturday. And then I think they'll maybe pull a win out on Sunday.
That's not crazy. Even though it was brave.
That's not crazy to say.
Asking for 1 game.
Like, that's not crazy to say.
Maybe.
As good as the team should be, and as good as they can play, saying 1 game. Like
they're playing the Phillies today. You just got to ask for 1 win out of the 2.
Just 1.
They can do it. I believe in it. We'll pray. Pray with us.
Great. And then my game day pick'em would be the Pacers-Knicks. We talked about it in the first segment a little bit, but like I said, it just comes down to coaching. The Knicks obviously have home court advantage, so the ball is in their court. They really just have to get it done from the rotation side. Tibbs is a phenomenal play caller. He doesn't know how to work a rotation just because he keeps 5 guys in, maybe subs 1 or 2 in the first half, and then everyone's just worn out coming out of halftime, even after that break. So they just really got to work on what they know best, get the rotations right. And, I mean, don't count the Pacers out of it. They still have outperformed anyone's expectations in MSG. Nobody thought they were going to be an exciting team, but they really showed out, and now everyone's saying they love the way they play. Aaron Nesmith, first game, career-high 30 points in probably the most difficult arena to play in of all time.
Right.
MSG is just impossible with all the fan noise, but he really showed out. And no game in this series has been decided by double digits. So it's really going to come down to a close one. Could see an overtime situation, free basketball. But either way, I think the Knicks are going to have this one in the bag.
Absolutely. I concur. Sarah doesn't know.
I don't. But I liked the devil's advocate that you played. That actually kind of made me want to watch the whole game instead of just little parts of it.
Just sip down some New York food.
I liked your pun. The ball is in their court. That was pretty funny. I really liked that.
I think only you got that.
I worked hard on that,
Pun.
That was pretty funny.
Appreciate it.
Found that one.
Of course.
Okay, and then to finally close them out, welcome to our obscure question time. At the end of every episode each week, we'll offer an obscure question that makes absolutely no sense, and both of our guests will argue for which side. So, get ready.
Here we go.
Get ready. Okay, question. Our obscure question, obviously. What's more impressive, Lightning McQueen's back-to-back Piston Cup wins or the Bulldogs' back-to-back championship wins?
I'm going to go with the Bulldogs. I think everyone knew my answer, though. I got to go with the Bulldogs, you know.
Why do you think it's more impressive?
Because we had a walk-on QB, Stetson Bennett, who's he says he's like 5'11". He's definitely like 5'9". Just imagine like having to like these people who like go out and they're like, oh, I'm a 5-star, and then you like get shown up by a walk-on quarterback 2 years in a row. I know Alabama was more like that is humiliating. Sorry, because like Georgia could not beat Alabama, and then this walk-on quarterback just comes around and we finally beat them. Like, I know we lost them in the SEC championship that year, but anyway, I'm taking the Bulldogs.
All the way, clearly.
Back to back.
I don't hate that pick. I mean, I almost went to Georgia for college, so
absolutely.
Go Dogs.
So did I.
Nothing against the Bulldogs for now until Notre Dame smacked them in the Sugar Bowl. But, I mean, either way, regardless if you're a Georgia fan or not, it's got to be the back-to-back Piston Cup wins. Lightning McQueen comes in 2005 as a 22-year-old rookie, ready to get things going. I mean, I had to do a little bit of prep on this. We found a website called Piston Cup Wiki.
How did you know that Lightning McQueen was 22 years old?
According to Piston Cup Wiki.
Because he did research. He has notes.
Wait, what is it called?
Piston Cup Wiki.
It's like WikiHow.
Yeah. I mean, some people put their time into it. I'm going to use their research. These guys worked hard on this.
He's going to take what he can.
I got to give them some credit for this. So, yeah, he came in rookie season against probably the most competitive racing era of all time. He got Chick Hicks, stripped the King Weathers, still holds the most career wins in all of racing history with 200. And then rookie season blows his tires in the Piston Cup three-way tie. Started the Cars movie, absolutely sells probably one of the biggest leads we've seen in a long time. And that's probably a career definer for most. But he goes into Radiator Springs, ready to come back and ready to get his career started in 2006 and 2007. Probably even more stacked competition. Strip Weathers is gone, but Cal Weathers comes in. And Son of Strip, ready with the Dynaco sponsorship deal. And that's something that Lightning McQueen turned down. He's kind of the underdog in this, even after making a big name for himself.
point.
Comes in, takes the 2 wins on back-to-back, and that was really just the pinnacle of a career. He has the 3rd most racing wins in history, and it was the kickstart of probably one of the greatest racing careers of all time. So I'm going with the Piston Cup. It's a great movie.
And series.
Number 2 is better than number 1.
It was great. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
Number 1's still a classic.
I agree. I really like the first one.
It was
Okay. It's iconic. It's original.
Yeah,
who else was doing that? Yeah. Nobody.
I would say Lightning McQueen had a great character development, so I'll root for Lightning McQueen, but
he's just tough. Like the red. I went to Cars bed when I was a kid.
Red.
Sorry, Rusty's. I didn't like what's his name.
You didn't like Dinoco.
Who's his best friend?
Mater.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
Okay.
What?
What's wrong with?
That's
he
horrible.
was just like I guess he's like the comedic relief and all that, and I guess he's like central to the plot and the film.
You know what, Loki? I don't.
You did not
think
see
he's that
Cars
funny.
2, then. He's like.
He ate the whole thing of
but he's not that funny.
It was ice cream.
And sometimes the things that he does in the movies, it's like, why are you doing that?
I mean, some things I agree with that, but others I think he's kind of funny.
No.
So it keeps Lightning McQueen grounded.
He becomes a secret agent.
He's just annoying because what he is.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Annoying friends or not, Lightning McQueen still comes in as the underdog, even probably more of an underdog than Stetson Bennett, and I think he's the most impressive.
Whoa.
Don't hurt him now.
Whoa.
I agree though. And there was just there's so much anticipation.
Sarah looks hurt.
Yeah.
I am.
It's okay, Sarah. And finally, for next week's episode, please be sure to catch it on everywhere you watch your podcast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. 680 The Fan, the app, of course. We'll be back with my co-host, Peyton Monroe, and our next guest, Jack and Chris. See everyone next week on The Rookies.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.